Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Parrish Construction and Roofing. You need an orthopedist? You go to Brock. You need a roof? You call Parrish. That's what you do. All right, we're glad to have you aboard with us here. Hope your day is off to a terrific start. Another LSU Tiger has entered the portal. That's a three formally by my count, with Austin Rolig, Micah Bucknam, and now the latest to enter the portal is Aiden Moffett. So this one stinks, man, but it's kind of what you expect when there just aren't enough innings to go around. So Moffett was a one of the best right-handed pitchers in the country, coming out of high school in Mississippi. Hard throwing righty, just didn't throw a lot a year ago in 22 or 23, excuse me, on the championship team. He made just one appearance a year ago on the championship team. He walked 3, had a wild pitch, gave up a run, and they pulled him out. He didn't record an out. That was his only appearance last year. And then this year, he had 16 appearances, 17 and 2/3 innings pitched, 5.60 ERA. In those 17 and 2/3 innings pitched, he allowed 18 hits and had 12 walks. Struck out 21. So, I mean, that's impressive. He's got power stuff from the right side, just really struggled to command it. And so, like he played against VMI, Northern Illinois, Stony Brook. It was all the mid. He had 5 outings in SEC play. Then he pitched against South Carolina in the SEC tournament. And then he faced the one hitter in the North Carolina regional that he struck out. So Aiden Moffett enters the portal. So it's the third formally to enter the portal. We're expecting they're going to be more. So that picture, just expect every day you're going to hear more of that as that picture starts to come into focus of what the roster is going to look like for next year. So Moffitt's a kid from Mississippi who I've told you all about him in the past. His parents are both educators. I think his mom's a principal. His dad's is a professor, and so they're big into making sure he went to school and he gets his degree and all that sort of stuff. So it's a focus for him, to be sure. But if you want to pitch, I mean, you got to go somewhere where you can get innings and get better. And 17 and 2/3 innings pitched, is just not enough to grow and develop. So he'll go somewhere where he can pitch. You're going to see a lot of that. Expect a lot of that this offseason. So, all right, let's say some good mornings. You know the drill. Please smash the like button if you're on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. As always, please Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. We appreciate you for being there with us. Had an awesome night last night, y'all. I knocked off of work and got to pop over to Supper Club. They wanted me to sample all. They have 7 new menu items. 5 new and 2 modified. And I got to sample all of them. And it was a pretty incredible night. I'm just going to tell you, if you're a steak snob, and I mean, you're a steak snob, so keep in mind, you can go to Supper Club and you can get an appetizer. You can get the braised pork ribs. You can get an awesome, prime filet, couple of sides, have a bottle of wine, and you can get out of there for the same price you'd pay to go to any of the other white tablecloth places. Now they don't have white tablecloths at Supper Club. That's very intentional, by the way. So I mean, you can absolutely have a meal at Supper Club for no real variance in price than you would at any of the other fine dining restaurants in town. But if you want ultra premium, they got it. There's a new steak it's their Omi Wagyu, OHMI. It's from Japan. This is what the Emperor of Japan eats, and the farm's been around for like 400 years. They used to feed this stuff to samurai. Y'all, I swear, when I cut into it, I love steak. I'm a steak snob. When I cut into it, I was thinking I was going to have to like saw, right? Back and forth. Like, no, just make a slice. And it was just like, went right through it. And it's like, the best way I can describe this texture of a steak, of a fillet, was like, whenever you do s'mores and you have a marshmallow and you put the marshmallow on the fire and then like you bite into the marshmallow and it like just, that was the texture of this. It was unbelievable. Anyway, you pay for it now, but if you're a steak snob, ooh, y'all got to go try that out. Also, the veal parm is incredible too. Oh my God. Okay, let's say some good mornings. So that was I had about a 3.5 hour dinner at Supper Club last night. I got there about 6:30, left about 10. I was there a long time. Tim Gotro, Ricky Dyson, good morning. Weston Weaver, Bradley, what's going on? Jason Horn, good morning. Wendell Norman. Jesse, good morning. Laughed my butt off yesterday on my Home with Your Bama's Burning. Oh, the Bama people are like, he's a 4-star. I'm like, okay. So for those that missed it, Bama got a quarterback commit for 2025. Now remember, for last year, 2024, this most recent class, they had Julian Sayin committed. Julian Sayin is the number 1 quarterback in the country, the number 6 overall prospect in the country. When Nick retired, Julian Sayin decommitted and flipped to Ohio State. Bama ended up not signing a quarterback. So they did not sign a quarterback in 2024. And yesterday, they got a quarterback commit to flip from SMU. I'm sure the kid's a good player. He's actually in Duncanville, which is the place where DeCorian Moore and Caden Durham all play. He's their quarterback. So he's from Duncanville, Texas, and he was committed to SMU. And like, it's hilarious because I went and looked up. I'm like, Bama, like Tua, 5-star. Bryce Young, 5-star. Jalen Hurts, number 1 dual threat quarterback in the country. Like, boom, boom. NFL, Mac Jones, 1st-round pick. And I'm like, now Mac Jones was a 3-star. But I'm like, Bama's had this run where they get whoever they want. And now y'all are celebrating flipping a kid from SMU. SMU, the last time SMU had a quarterback drafted was Caleb Gilbert in 2014. 10 years ago. That was Caleb Gilbert, who started his career at Texas, you might remember, and then ended up leaving and finishing at SMU. So 10 years ago was the last time they had a quarterback drafted at all. Before that, the last time SMU had a quarterback drafted was 1981. So since 1981, 2 quarterbacks drafted. And that's who Alabama's celebrating getting flipped. He's a 4-star. He's a good player. Okay. How the mighty have fallen, how they have lowered their standard already. So I did a Bama is Burning yesterday. If you missed it, you can catch it on demand. All right, Larry, good morning. Hey, Lance, morning, Matt, great interview with Malazzo. I could listen to that guy talk baseball for hours. Yeah, man. So Alex Malazzo came in studio. I just texted him yesterday. I gave him kind of a day after the season ended. I texted him like, hey man, we'd love to get you on the show. Maybe you got time, 10 minutes on phone. He's like, we want to do phone or you want me to come in studio? I was like, it's always better if you come in studio, but we can totally do phone. He's like, I'll come in. I'm like, cool. So I blocked off to do 2 segments with him. And he's like, I don't have anything. I'll stay as long as you want. So I like blew out the whole hour number 2 on Wednesday. And we just talked to Malazzo for an hour and it was awesome. And there was a million, like we talked about it after and was like, there's so much more. We didn't even scratch the surface. Like I told him, I want to get you back just to do an hour or it's a segment, whatever, talking about catching for Paul Skeens. And he's like, absolutely. I'm like, okay, cool, done. So we'll have Malazzo back probably pretty regularly during the summer. Damon Gilmore, good morning. Hey, Club Ruckus. Matt, good morning. Aaron, good morning. Michael Thacker. Morning, Scone. Saw Skeens is now the top prospect by some services. Great for him, but how is he still considered a prospect? I don't know. Well, I guess it would have to depend on what service you're looking at. Maybe it's until you accrue enough time to be like in the rookie of the year conversation or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what service you're looking at. But if you send it to me, I'll look at it. Abner Neal, Damon Gilmore, Cajun Country. Morning, Matt. Sad to see Moffett go. Interview with Malazzo got me fired up moving forward. What a great ambassador for LSU. Yeah, he's one of those dudes, man, like Beloso and Gavin Dugas and guys throughout the history of the program that are just the local guys that would cut off their arm to play at LSU. And he was one of those dudes, man. Meant a lot for the team and the program for sure. Carl the Cat, hat party. Good luck to Aiden. Hope he gets the playing time need. Yeah, so Carl, we were trying to plan a hat party for this weekend if LSU had advanced, and they were 2 outs away from doing that. And so now, I don't know. I mean, we got to get the excuse. You know, what's the excuse to throw a hat party? I mean, there aren't any games that would say, "Hey, come watch this game." I mean, unless if like we want to do like a Paul Skeens game watch or something like that for one of his starts. If his start's going to be on, if he's got like a big time start, prime time, something like that coming up, maybe we do that. The Mandeville Culture, good morning. Spurge, good morning. Tiger Diver, what kind of cold plunge tub do you have? My bathtub. So I get my bathtub, just turn on the cold water, then I get a 20-pound bag of ice and dump it in there. Did my cold plunge this morning. Brad David, do you like the Vikings' new alternate uniform? I don't think I've seen it. Let me see. The Winter Warrior uniform? Let's see. Tell me all of your secrets. Interesting. All white. Sure, it's fine. Little plain. I don't love the font. The logo doesn't really pop on the helmet. But whatever. Yeah, it's fine. Don't love it. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Tanya Gray, morning, Matt. Enjoyed yesterday's AFR with Malazzo. Any plans to have more players on the show? Absolutely, Tanya. So Musso and I were talking about it yesterday about like getting a schedule up to get all the guys on, especially guys that are finished, right? So like Alex and Travinsky. I'm certain we'll get Helmers. Would love to talk to him about the outing. Anyway, yeah, absolutely. We'll get the draft guys, try to get, Jump and Holman and Hurd and Tommy White. Yeah, definitely our plan. I mean, we try to do that for all the sports when the season comes to an end, right? So like around NFL draft time or Senior Bowl, we try to get all those guys on. So still working on that. It was tough to get a lot of the guys after the draft this year. And now they're all like in OTAs and mini camps. So maybe after mini camp here in the next week or so before training camp, maybe in June, late mid-June, we'll start to get some of those guys back, the football guys. Silo asked for update on Greg Brooks. Good question. So the last I heard, when I asked around, and a lot of you had been asking, and I did ask, and I don't know how much I'm comfortable saying because first of all, I'm not there every day. And also I will completely respect the family's privacy and everything. But I also understand there's a want and a desire for people to know. What I am comfortable saying is just understanding that Greg has a long road of recovery ahead of him. So, continue to pray for him and for their family and all the doctors and therapists and everybody, trying to get him back to health. Bubba Smith, Brian Wynn, Trivia Carter, Rick Manuel. Your voice is halfway decent after your Bama burning yesterday. Love it. I was laughing with you. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, I was worried, man. So when Nick retired, like that week when he retired and I did the Bama's burning stuff, my voice really took a beating. And when I talk, it's one of the things I have a lot of respect for singers. Like, say what you want, like Taylor Swift going on tour and singing for 3 hours, every night for 3 straight months. It's like, And I heard it's like she goes on vocal rest after her show. Like she does not speak after a show to let her vocal cords rest so she can perform the next night. And I'm sure a lot of singers do that. But now I'm not singing, but I do stress my voice every day. I mean, I talk for 3 hours straight and with a lot of inflection and energy. And so, yeah, man. Whenever I did the Bama's Burning thing the first go round, um, it took my voice took a beating, and so I was nervous about doing it yesterday, but seemed to have come through it okay. Cody, what's going on? Headed to Venice. Okay, man. Enjoy. Like butter was like butter. That steak was awesome. Aaron, 87 days till LSU football. Got it. I'm not ready to like just count down like that. I'm not going to do that all summer. I'll stay focused on the immediate short term, Joe, good morning. Do you know any of the other big name players entering the portal around college baseball? Not yet, but as they do, and certainly as LSU is interested in some of them, I'll tell you more as I know it. Huey, good morning. You think we find out what the deal was this year with Cade Woods? Yeah, I'm sure. Brent, good morning. Your Bama's burning segments are great. Looking forward to more of them as Bama continues to burn. Jesse, what kind of realistic compensation can the Saints get for Lattimore? I think a 4 or a 5. So I brought this up yesterday because you're post June 1 now, and the way a lot of NFL contracts are structured, you are you have more leeway with a contract after June 1st, and the way it's structured that way is because when the league year begins, you have to be within cap compliance, and so it disincentivizes teams from doing bad deals. So like you're penalized with dead cap money and things like that more pre-June 1, basically to get you within cap compliance and all that stuff. But post-June 1, you can structure deals a lot of times alter. And so like Marshawn Lattimore, just for example, I'll pull up the contract real quick so I can give you the exact numbers. This is why this came up, why he's asking. So Lattimore, Lattimore's cap hit this year is $14.6 million. The dead cap number is 31.2, meaning if Lattimore's on the team, he's going to cost you 14.6. If you had cut him or traded him, it would cost you 31.2 million. So it's dramatically more expensive, right? For him not to be on the team. But if the caveat is if it was a post June 1 trade, so if they traded him now after June 1st, the dead cap number would go from 31 to 10.6. So actually your cap number for Lattimore, 14 million if he's on the team. If you trade him now, it goes down to 10.6. Next year, the dead cap number is $20.6 million. It's huge. But if he's on the team next year, his cap number is 31. So you'd actually be saving $11 million not having him on the roster next year. So, oh, okay, babe. Bye, babe. Have a good day. Love you too. So, point is, you're at the point now where you could trade Lattimore, save money, get an asset, and then I was looking at some of the free agents that are available post June 1. So like Xavier Howard, Adoree Jackson, Stephon Gilmore. You have some really good veteran corners who are available. None of them are at the level Lattimore is when he's healthy and playing his best. But the question that I ask is, do you think you're a contender? And does Lattimore get you closer to winning a championship? And my answer is no. I mean, Vegas projects your win total at 7.5. Lattimore played in 10 games last year. You were 5-5 in the games he played. So he's not going to. It's very unlikely he's on the roster next year. So if that's the case, then do you just trade him now, get an asset, and save some money, and then go sign a veteran who's serviceable and coach up McKinstry? Huh? She said Drew was crying. I don't hear him. I'll listen for. I'll hear. So anyway, so compensation for Lattimore would probably be like a 5 or a 4. I mean, just think about what um, you know, what the Bears got for Justin Fields. The Jalen Ramsey deal was a third round pick and tight end Hunter Long. So the Dolphins made the trade with the Rams for Ramsey. I mean, they got a 3 for Jalen Ramsey. So Lattimore, 4 or 5 seems about right. James McKinney, Leon Moose did a good job yesterday on the roster. I enjoyed it. Okay. I guess on his podcast, huh? Leon Skeens blew 3 by Ohtani. Was impressive. I hope he pitches against the Rangers. Definitely will be there. He did blow 3 past Ohtani, and then Ohtani homered off of him later. Let's see. Okay. Hear him now. All right. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Now, this is a good idea. Make defense great again. Said idea for the hat party. McGregor Chandler. The problem is I'm going to be out of town. We will be at the beach that week. So we leave for the beach at the end of June, and we're there through like that Monday, like Tuesday of 4th of July week. So I'll be gone that weekend. That's a great idea, but sorry. Whitehead amazing hits, needs to run fast to first base. Just looked it up. Scone Baseball America has Skeens as the top prospect as of June 5th. Also eligibility of less than 50 innings pitched. There you go. So there's your answer. Cube Gamer. Morning, Matt. Love your Alabama's burning segments. Thank you. I know LSU fans love it. Brandon Tilley, what's going on? Manny, good morning. Lane the Goat 23, good morning. Rocky, good to see you, man. Hope all is well this morning. American Patriot, is Landon Victorian still coming to LSU? The pitcher from Barb who got in a little trouble. I believe he's the number 1 pitcher in the state. Let me check. Let's see. See, he went to court in April to see about reversing his expulsion. So he got expelled for allegedly revealing a pocket knife to his coach during a private meeting. Now he says he was being bullied and threatened, so he pulled out the knife. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I'll find out though. Let's see. Do you think we'll make to the finals next year? Impossible to say until I know what the roster looks like. So, let me see. Why aren't we talking about the most important Saints draft pick? How is Spencer Rattler doing in OTAs? So the last time that the media got to watch trivia before yesterday, Rattler threw 3 interceptions and apparently had a pretty miserable day. Early, Hainer was the guy that was actually performing well, but yesterday at OTAs, they said the reports about Rattler were that he had a much better day yesterday. So he's young, man, and these are organized team activities, man. These are voluntary workouts that are really just, there's no pads. It's just, learning the system, getting your feet wet a little bit. So, long way to go on that, but up and down would be the answer. Trivia by here. Sorry, I missed it, man. Thomas Sapienza. What do you think about Gavin Cash, first base out of Texas Tech? Looks like a guy Jay will be wanting to target. That's not what I've heard. I'm not saying they won't. What I have been told is what I've told y'all before is they're obviously waiting to see what happens with Bear Jones, but also they have why can I never remember this kid's name? The kid from Fullerton Junior College who's a power hitting first baseman who Jay signed at Arizona. And can I ever remember this kid's name? Trevor Schmidt is his name. So he's a left-handed hitter. He signed with Jay at Arizona. Then Jay came to LSU. Schmidt played 1 year at Arizona, went to Fullerton Junior College, and now he's coming to LSU. So that's one that they have coming in. But I don't know about Cash. Reed Rule, morning, Scone. I know the MLB draft is July 14th, 16. When is the deadline for picks to sign? It's usually about a month later in August. Jerry, good morning. Hey, Dad, good morning. Nicole Havarda, good morning. David Bass, what up, dude? Manny, how long is the baseball portal open for players to enter? Let's see. Good question. Let me get the date. Let me see. It is open until, it's usually like a 30-day window. Let me see. Monday, June 3rd till July 2nd. So July 2nd is the deadline. Is the portal window. It's usually a 30-day portal window. So yeah, that makes sense, right? So 30 days in June, so that's 27, including the 3rd to 20. That's 28 days. And then July 1st and 2nd. So yeah, so 30-day portal window that closes on July 2nd. All right, y'all, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. As always, shout out to Brock. Parrish. Need North Piece, go to Brock. Any roof, give a shout at Parrish Construction and Roofing. Deborah, good morning. Brian Wynn, Matt, I'm not the grammar police, but why do you say subscribe up to the channel? Shouldn't it be subscribe to the channel? Man, it's going to be a long, dry summer. That's just YouTuber vernacular. Brian, you're not wrong. But saying subscribe up to the channel is no different than saying like smash the like button. It's just YouTuber vernacular. Now I hear Drew singing in his bed. Let me go get him. Hang on. Let me go see if he wants to come. I'll be right back. I said, you want a dodo or you want to get out? He said, dodo. He rolled over. I was like, his papa, old Papa Rock, Erica's dad, ever since he was little, said dodo baby, dodo baby. So he's still sleeping. It's still dodo, go dodo. So you want to go dodo or you want to get out? He said, dodo. He rolled over. It's like, all right, dog. Fine with me, man. Stay in bed all morning if you want. He's got a haircut at 10:30. So, let's see. Excited to watch Rattler. Been watching his progress. Wish him the best. I agree. There's tremendous upside. You should always be excited about a young quarterback. Jim Arsenault, good morning. Chance, yes, Schmidt. Thank you, Chance. Daniel, good morning. A lot of sad Arkansas baseball fans in my state. Go Tigers. Doesn't hurt my feelings any. I do not. Y'all know my feeling on this, y'all. I do not pull for the conference. I'm not a pull for the SEC guy. It does not. I am a what's good for LSU guy, and Arkansas or Tennessee or Texas A&M, any of those schools winning the national championship is not good for LSU. It's just another bargaining chip, another card that those coaches can play when they recruit, another opportunity for them to increase their NIL funding. So, no, I'm not at all pulling for the league. I'm glad Arkansas lost. I'm not pulling for A&M or Tennessee or Kentucky or any of them. Hope they all lose. Robert, it's Matt. Thinking about your comments on Kling, and if he goes to a weaker conference, he could see increase his batting average, improve his draft stock. Wouldn't MLB scouts see he couldn't hit higher caliber pitching? Sure, but they would also see that he is capable of hitting at a lower level. Because wouldn't you then say, by that logic, if he went down to the American or something like that and couldn't hit, that's a big problem. Then you could say, okay, well, look, he stepped down slightly in level, performed well offensively, so we know we can hit. It's just a matter of pitch recognition and patience, and then you put him in a minor league system and you let him grow and develop. But you got to show you have the ability to do it. Not much different than, if you're a 3-star, you sign with LSU, you don't get on the field, and so you transfer to trying to think of an example of somebody who was at LSU, transferred to a lesser school, played a bunch, and got picked. Yeah, anyway. Michael Cook, what's going on? Manny, thanks for the info on the portal. If a player enters the portal and gets no offers, any fallout for the player? Well, player can always leave the portal. You can exit the portal and return to your school, provided there's a spot. Now, if you enter the portal, a coach could say, if you enter the portal, we don't have a spot for you. Like, we're going to fill your spot. Now, I guess it depends on the caliber of the player and, if the coach wants that player back, et cetera. You understand the point. But you can, there were guys this past bowl season that entered the portal and played in their bowl game with their team while they were in the portal. So the portal just allows other teams to have open contact with you. When you go into the portal, it just means then there's no teams aren't tampering. They can formally reach out to you and talk to you and recruit you. But I also understand why your current coach would not be super fond of that. It's like you're dating someone, you're like, hey, I'm going to keep dating you, but I'm going to see other people too, but I'm keeping this just in case, right? Sort of thing. It's like, that doesn't really work. So just a different way people approach it. Daniel, Timothy, good morning. Dalton, morning. Over in BR this morning. Going to see what the renovations Tiger Stadium are all about. Are you going to be in the state? I don't know if y'all can hear him. Oh, I got my little boy. My baby. My baby, my baby, my baby. I love you. Did you sleep so good?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, who do you see? Who is that?
Drew.
That is Drew. I love you. I love you. Did you sleep so good?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hi. Hey. Do you know what day is today?
Okay.
Thursday. Hey, do you know where Daddy and Drew are going to go in a little while? Did Mommy tell you? Do you know where Daddy and Drew are going? Sharkies. You want to go Sharkies today? We do Dad's show, and then we'll get dressed, or wear your backpack. And then after backpack, Daddy and Drew go to Sharkies, okay? Okay? You want to go Sharkies? Huh?
Not for Sharkies.
At the Sharkies, we'll go to Drew's house, and then Miss Caroline will come see you, and you'll play, and then later Mommy will come home. Okay? My little snuggle bug. I never get snuggles like this. I'll take them. All right. Let's see. Matt. Recently had 2 days of severe weather in Youngsville with a tornado. I heard about that. I have a buddy that lives in Youngsville too. Try to let you know it was in the middle of the baseball tournament with 500 people. Oh man. I assume you mean for Parrish. Yes, if anybody had or think you might have roof issues as a result of the severe weather, happy to help. Give us a shout. parishbuilt.com. Hope everybody sincerely made it through the severe weather okay.
What
Baby?
What that say?
What does what say?
What that say?
You tell me.
Push, total roofing.
Push, total roof. Parish, construction, and roofing. Good job. Parish, construction, and roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. Top of your roof. Always. I just have to sing the jingle now because y'all can't hear it. Randall Travis, good morning. Who wears number 8 for LSU next year? First name comes on as Pearson. It would be well deserved for sure if he were the kid. That's true, man. Veteran guy, been around for a while. I would agree with you. What do you see? Huh? What? A little snuggle bug this morning. Let's see. Stat dub. Dan Hurley of the Lakers. What happened with JJ? I think it sounds like they were just doing their due diligence and kicking the tires a lot of places, but it sounds like Hurley was always their number one target. Do you have a business card? Next time I can post it on our Nextdoor app. I do. I'm wondering if you should post mine or I guess you want to go see videos? Okay. Okay. Please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Not up, just subscribe to. We don't need those prepositions in there. They're unnecessary. Trivia. My wife doesn't get why I don't pull for the conference. I told her that when they win, they can use it to get great athletes. I told her that's why Bama used to get all top recruits. Leon, been seeing a lot of Tennessee fans taking shots at LSU. Had to. I don't understand why. Like, if you're a Tennessee fan, like, you really don't have much to say. Boy, it's been a long time since Tennessee's won anything and anything. Dalton, what's going on? New Orleans getting an NHL team? Well, I hadn't heard that. Boy, that'd be a disaster. Curious about the new scoreboard. All I know, man, last time I was in Tiger Stadium, Dalton, was for the spring game, and the whole scoreboard was like exposed. You can see the wooden beams on the interior. The whole face of it was off. That dodo was short-lived. That's true. That was short lived. You're right. Jerry, I'm with you. Not pulling for SEC teams. With that being said, I'll pull for anyone who's playing the Vols and the Aggies just to keep them from winning a title and self-proclaiming they're the best program in history. Let's see. Appreciate all the Drew comments, y'all. Dalton, Timothy, trivia. Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. I love that y'all love Drew, man. I mean, just think of it like as a parent. When somebody loves your kid, it means a lot. So thank y'all. There you go, Jerry. That's always been the case, man. You know that. Some person, it's not April 1st. Oh, I don't know. Oh, you're talking to him. Sorry. Patrick, Michael, I Drew favorite Sesame Street. Sean, if he comes back, I'll ask him. I don't know what he'll say. I don't know what he'll say. He tends to just say what's like the first thing on his mind. So like he may not understand the context of like favorite per se. Like I don't know that he knows that word, like what that means. But I'm curious what he would say. I'll ask him if he comes back. Hey, Drew, who's your favorite Sesame Street character? Drew, who do you love on Sesame Street? He's not answering me. He's watching videos on my phone. Jason, looks like Matt got an early Father's Day gift from Drew. Hey, man, little snuggles like that, I'll always take it, man. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And Drew will be 10 in July, man. So it's one of the cool things, though. Obviously, I could see Drew's got delays and special needs and everything, but every parent at some point you talk like, and again, Drew's our only, so I don't have the experience that a lot of you have, having like normal, rearing with your children hitting certain like milestones at certain ages or whatever, like, but a lot of parents say like they miss when their kids were little and would like cuddle with them on the couch or snuggle up or say I love you and things like that. Because you get bigger and they get too cool for whatever. I mean, it makes sense. It happens to all of us right as we age. But like he's almost 10, but behaves like a 2 or 3-year-old, right? And so like, can still play and cuddle and Erica, he falls asleep in the bed every night with Erica. So like we bathe him and then they get in the bed and cuddle. He falls asleep on her. And then I pick him up and carry him into bed. So we still get a lot of those little neat things, the small things in life that are the end up being the best part of your day, Look at that, Mark. Tesla playing New Orleans Saturday. Okay, I like. I don't know a ton of Tesla music, but I do like Little Susie. That's I've always loved that jam, man. I remember whenever Mark, whenever MP3 players were new, like if you remember this, before the iPod came out, you could put like 1,000 songs on an iPod, depending on how much storage you had. Like they had these MP3 players where you could put like 8 songs, and you'd have to like upload, you'd plug it into your computer, you'd upload like 8 songs to it or whatever, because it's all it could fit. And then if you wanted to change your playlist, you'd have to delete those to upload different songs anyway. And I can remember I had like a workout play mix, like when I go to the track and run or whatever. Like when I lived in Capitol Heights, right? I lived right by Catholic, so I would go to the track at Catholic and run and do sprints and laps and everything. And I'd have my MP3 player that with the armband, like I'd have it velcroed on my arm and the earphones. It's amazing how far technology's come, right? But anyway, all that to say, Little Susie by Tesla was always on my workout mix. Mark, storm in the Gulf next week. Is there really? That'd be good for the roofies. Mark, I'll tell you this, man. Like, honest to goodness, like there's no doubt that when a storm comes, our phones ring. Like when Ida hit, we had a residual of Ida work for a year. I mean, it was just crazy. So yes, in a technical sense, but man, nobody wants that. Like from a roofing perspective, but just a little bit of wind, knock some shingles off. Like that's all I really pull for. But man, just when you have storms come, it's just widespread destruction and lives are disrupted and sometimes lost. And anyway, so I'm not pulling for hurricanes or storms. I'm pulling for a very calm season. But the reality is sometimes you do have issues, and if you have them, we'd love to help you out. Parish. John, shout out to Parish Roofing. Coming to my house in Covington today to fix the roof. Going to get some mats. Awesome, John. Let me know, John. Please let me know who comes to your house. I'm curious who it is, and if you would take some pictures and post them. I don't know if you have social media. Post them, tag me. I would love to retweet or share on Facebook or Instagram, any of that stuff. So if you do take pictures, please post them and tag me. I would love that. Or take pictures and send them to me, and I'll post them on the parish socials if you don't mind. Mark talking about Spencer Rattler. Talked about Rattler a bit ago. He had a rough day the last time there was media availability, but yesterday was better for sure. Dalton Barnett, it looks thin, Maddie. I was told it was going to be Auburn-like. I don't know what you're talking about. It looks thin. Oh, the scoreboard. Who win tonight, Doncic or Tatum? Give me the Celtics at home. Brent, Carl the Cat, is A&M printing cups for making super regionals. The billions of people in the world, y'all are perfect parents for Drew. Thank you, man. Feels that way. Okay. Thank you for asking. That was a good sentence. Very good sentence. Tell me all of your secrets. Can I help but believe it? I got Cherub Rock in my head. You know the Smashing Pumpkins song, Cherub Rock? Stuck in my head. Good song to have stuck in your head. Great song. Love the drums. I love the drums in that song. Anyway, you don't need me to like mouth drum. Anyway, Shelby, Lakers were kicking the tires, but there's a more important question: were they lighting fires? Hashtag where's Russ? Russ is in hibernation, Shelby. We'll see Russ again. Russ, I did confirm with Russ, he is going to be in Vegas for the opener. So we were talking about it last week. He'll come by and do an hour with me on the show, that Friday show before the opener. So very much looking forward to that. Always love seeing my guy, man. Russ and his wife, Kim, came in town for the Florida game this year. What a game to see. Jaden having the day he did, right? Anyway, always love when I get to see Russ. We'll get to see him in Vegas for the opener. Randy, is Aiden kin to the washed up, antiquated, fuddy-duddy strength coach that was passed up with new methods? Sarcasm perfect. No, he's talking about Tommy Moffett. No, they are spelled differently. Tommy Moffett is Moffitt, and Aiden Moffett is Moffett. So spelled differently. Also, Tommy Moffett is a white guy, and Aiden Moffett is black. So there's that too. So no, they're not related. No. Seth, Matt, do you feel any different doing Gary Brecka's stuff? You know, Seth, I'm glad you asked. And I don't know that anybody actually really. You asked, so I'll tell you. I'll answer anything. I don't know if anybody actually cares, but yes, very much so. So very quick story. If anybody cares or knows or doesn't know or whatever, I'll give you a long story, very abbreviated. I love a podcast called How I Built This. It's basically a podcast where they interview people who built big companies about how they built their company. I listen to all the episodes. There was an episode about Whole30, which is like a meal plan, diet, or whatever. I listened to it, and as a result, I started getting targeted on all the social media channels with like health content. So I started seeing Gary Brecka content pop into my feed. And the more I saw it, the more I listened, was really interested. So I started going deep dive into his content because I always look for alternate therapies for Drew. I have ever since Erica was pregnant with him and we knew he was going to be sick. I just would never accept, oh, he's always going to have this problem or that problem, or he'll never do this or that. I was like, I just don't accept that. Like I'll go find and actively always seek how to give him the opportunity, the best version of himself he can be, whatever that looks like. If there's something that I can do that makes him 1% better, healthier, happier, more fulfilled, I'll, like any parent would. So I'm always interested in things like that for Drew. And so I started looking at Gary Brecka's stuff. And this is the guy that like Dana White credits him for like changing his life. Steve Harvey, Stephen A. Smith, professional athletes like Max Crosby, Jorge Masvidal from the UFC. Anyway, fascinating. So I did the genetic testing. I started myself on the supplement protocol they recommended for me, and then started implementing some life changes like grounding and breath work and cold plunges and hydrogen water and a lot of things that he like. The Baja Gold sea salt, like every morning when I wake up, amino acids in the morning. Like I wake up, I do a scoop of the Baja Gold salt just straight in my mouth and just chase it with my amino acid drink. I go work out at 5:30. I've told you all before. I come home, I take my supplements, I cold plunge, everything. So he said, do this for 10 weeks, right? And I'm like, I'll give it 70 days. Okay. And I mean, absolutely, to answer your question, I absolutely feel better. And I'll tell you some material things in just a second, but I lost about 10 pounds. I have stopped taking daily Nexium. I don't have, my reflux is gone. I don't take Nexium anymore. I was taking a daily Claritin for allergies. I don't take that anymore. I was taking, I've told you all before, a 5-hour energy like for 10 years, every day before my show, I took a 5-hour energy. I mean, like 240, I'm on at 3, like 240 every day. I'd knock back a 5-hour energy. Like if you go on my desk drawer, my father-in-law is a member at Sam's. He'd go to Sam's, buy the big boxes of them. And I just always kept a supply. I don't take those anymore. There's a product that, one of the supplements is called Focus, and I take 2 pills, Focus pills, before I go on air now. It's a natural supplement, and I feel awesome. No, I didn't say 10 years. Did I say 10 years? Sorry, 10 weeks. 10 weeks, not 10 years. Sorry. Well, let's talk about Drew. Drew's 10 years old, but not 10 years or 10 weeks. If I said 10 years, I'm sorry. He said, give it 10 weeks. I was like, okay, I'll do 70 days. So I've cut out Nexium, Claritin, 5-hour energy. I am doing I found a meal plan that's Whole30. So I fast in the morning, right? So I wake up, do my amino acids, which does not break a fast, work out, come home, have black coffee, water all day. I eat probably around like 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and then I eat dinner when I get home. And I feel great, man. I mean, I've got, my energy's great. I feel like my skin looks and feels healthier. Yeah, and the thing I was going to tell you materially was, so I had blood work done at Aesthetic a couple of weeks ago for my when you're on hormone therapy, you every 6 months you got to get your blood work done, and they said my labs were almost perfect. My cholesterol was a scotch elevated, so I'm curious the next time I do my blood work what that looks like. And then I went to Dr. Chastain and Boudreaux at Lake Men's Health, and remember I told y'all, if y'all were here, I had the bump on my neck. I was going to get it checked out. I'd be like, is this an ingrown hair, or is this something I need to be worried about? While I was there, they did my blood pressure, and a the last time I was at the doctor, my blood pressure was 136 over 84. This time it was 124 over 80. So, it's crazy. Oh, you're talking about my energy shots. Yeah. Yeah. No, like, guys, literally. And you know what? One of the reasons that it spooked me when I was looking at Gary Brecka's content is so there's a synthetic form of B12 that's used pretty commonly, and it's called cyanocobalamin. So, like, look at labels, and if you look at B12 and look at, like, this is in Flintstone vitamins. It's a synthetic form of B12 that's used for a lot of things. And cyanocobalamin, the active ingredient is hydrogen cyanide. It's cyanide, like what they use in chemical weapons. And the reason it's legal is because they call it single dose toxicity, because one dose isn't going to hurt you. But when you do it every day for 10 years, like I was, like, what harm was I doing to my body? My body having to filter that out. I was literally putting like cyanide into my, you go to the FDA website, look up cyanocobalamin and the active ingredients. It will show you hydrogen cyanide, like what's in chemical weapons. So, we're at Drew's house. You tell me. Home Depot. Okay. He's watching a video on the iPad. And he comes to me and says, "Where at? Where are they at in the video?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're watching, but they're at Home Depot." Okay. So Seth said, "So you say it's worth giving it a shot?" Seth, I can't answer that for everybody, and that's up to you to make that decision. What I'm telling you is, if nothing else, what it's done is it's helped me implement like good habits in my life that have made me healthier. And that's exciting. So, yes. Now, the other thing I'll tell you too is the cheek swab test. And if you want, like, I'll send you a link. Let me know. I'm happy to send it, because I'll tell you this candidly. I'm candid, if nothing else. I did it. I signed up to be for their affiliate program, meaning, like, I get my own link, and if people go buy through my link, I get commissioned on it. Now, I'm not promoting that or anything. I did that. I don't mind telling you all this. I did that because I know I'm going to keep buying supplements and products and stuff like that. So I just go buy through my link. So then on the back end, I end up getting reimbursed. I end up getting commissioned. So I'm essentially giving myself a discount, if that makes sense. But if anybody's interested, I will share with you my affiliate link if you want to go get the cheek swab test, because that's what it starts with. Like, and that was like I think that's the big plunge for a lot of people. Like, the cheek swab test is like, I think it's like $600 to do the cheek swab. And so that was like, all right, are you gonna bite the bullet and do it? And so, but I did it for me, and I was like, I'm doing it for Drew and for Erica too. So I got us all one. And anyway, so that's the thing you have to get to first. Decide, like, if you want to spend the money to do the cheek swab, which is going to tell you what genetic mutation you may have that is not allowing your body to methylate the raw materials. And so then that's how they know what to supplement you with, based on what your body can't process. Again, I don't know that y'all deeply care about this, but Seth asked, so I'm answering the question, and I have a lot to say about it, but I guess this is a good format to do it. But the concept is, like, he'll use the example about, like, oil, right? If you get oil out of the ground, you can't take crude oil and put it into the gas tank of your car. It has to be refined into gasoline to the usable form, right? Well, so too is it with everything we put into our body. Nothing comes out the same way it goes in, obviously. But our body methylates the things we put into our body to its usable form, and then expels the waste. Well, the point is, many of us have methylation issues because of gene mutations that don't allow us to get the raw materials we need from certain foods or certain raw materials. You're right, corn. Sort of, right? Still a little smushed, but yes, corn. You're right about that. But so it was really interesting. So I did my cheek swab, came back, and there were a couple of of the 5 gene mutations they test for. One of mine was it was 100% abnormal, meaning I could not, my body does not methylate at all those raw materials. So the thing I got back was, all right, take this, their multi was called Optimize. They put me on zinc, magnesium, TMG. And then I decided, well, I'm going to take their probiotic as well. So I ordered their probiotic. I ordered Focus, which I told you all about, which I take now before my show. So I ordered a bunch of things. And my whole thought with it was, I'm going to go all in, because I'm not going to kind of, go knee deep into the water and say, oh, this doesn't work. I'm going to do it. I was like, I'm going to do this for 10 weeks. I'm committing to doing it for 10 weeks, see how I feel at the end of it. And I mean, I'm not 10 weeks in yet. But yeah, I mean, I feel really good. It's pretty remarkable. So, and he's got this thing he calls the superhuman protocol, and there's this oxygen mask, and there's the cold plunge tub, and there's the EMF mat, and there's where the red light therapy bed. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment that wealthy people like Dana White or whatever could buy, and they do. But the thing that Brecca says all the time is you don't have to buy this. I can tell you free ways to do it. Instead of buying a cold plunge tub, take a cold shower, which I started doing. So I take a cold shower, or I do my cold plunge in the bathtub. So you don't need an EMF mat. You can just go expose your skin to natural sunlight, at first light. It gets you the same effect. Or a grounding, right? Touch the earth, put your bare feet into the ground or sand. So all those things give you the same effect naturally you do for free. So instead of the oxygen mask, go do it teaches you how to do breath work. So it's all free. It's just getting yourself into good habits and doing those things. So anyway, that's it. I told you it was a long way of there was a lot I had to say about that, Seth, but I don't know if that helps you, but I've found it fascinating. I've committed. There's nothing in it for me telling you all this. They don't pay me. I'm not getting supplements for free. What I've told you very candidly is I signed up to be an affiliate of their affiliate program. So I have a link where if people use my link, I'll get commissioned on it. But I haven't published that anywhere. I just go buy my stuff through the link. So I'm kind of giving myself a discount. But if you want to try the stuff, I'll send you my link. You can buy it, and you're helping me too. All right. Brian, Matt from Columbus, Ohio. Did you see Skene's 3 straight 100-mile-an-hour pitches strike out the Dodgers pitcher? Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, so you're talking about. Yes, and then the next at-bat, Shohei Ohtani homered off of Skene's. So each got a couple times. Aaron Lott, what up? All right, y'all, I think we're done. I don't see any more comments. Thanks to everybody who hung on during my my health and wellness convo there. But yeah, honest to goodness, man, I took 5-hour energy every day for 10 years, man. It's crazy. And that was ask Musso and Paul, it was very hard for me the first day not taking it. I felt nervous going on air, not having it. I mean, it felt naked. It's when it's a thing that I took that gave me the security to know, I'm going to have energy throughout the show for 3 hours. I know how it made me feel and sort of not have it going on air. There have been times where either I ran out or I didn't have one, and so I tried to drink coffee or something like that to give me a caffeine kick or something before I go on air, and it just wasn't the same. So I was very nervous going on air without 5-hour energy, and so I took those focus pills the first time and felt really good. Guys, I told them, I was like, guys, I think this is going to work. So yeah, it's been good for me. So anyway, all right, y'all, let's get on down the road. Always shout out to Brock. You need North Peach, go to Brock. They're the best, brortho.com. Start telling about Brock Rockin' Wine soon. Brock Rockin' Wine's coming up at the end of July inside of the Stadium Club at Tiger Stadium. So, of course, all the proceeds benefit the Brock Foundation. You can get tickets now at brortho.com, but we'll tell you more about it as we get closer. And, of course, Parish Construction and Roofing. All the bad weather, if you had issues, give a shout. Parishbuilt.com. Parishbuilt.com. Okay, y'all. Have an awesome day. We'll see you for AFR 3.